Like I said, I've owned the car for a little bit more than a year now, so obviously during that time frame I'm going to gain some things that I don't like and some things that I love. Typically I wouldn't say I hate anything about this car, but there are a few annoyances. Number one on the list of dislikes, you've heard it before, the Rev-hang on this car is extremely annoying. The stock tune in general is not the greatest. The throttle mapping is very touchy. The car is almost impossible to drive slowly when you're first starting out driving the car. And when I say impossible to drive slowly, I mean it's very difficult to drive it smooth at a slow speed because of the way that the throttle mapping is. Number two, this is not really that big of a deal, but the armrest cushion here on the driver's side is like resting your arm on a rock for an extended period of time. If you go on a trip for more than a couple hours, this thing starts to hurt your elbow, and it could just use some more cushion for sure. It's all indented and it's shiny from where my arm's rubbing on it. Number three on my list is the sound that the car makes. I am addicted to that Subaru rumble, okay? So on these 2015s, it's more efficient, the engine's different, obviously it's got equal length headers, it's not gonna have that same sound anymore. It's a very subjective topic, I know, because most people say it's, you know, they would give up the sound for the efficiency, but in this day and age, I wish there was something that we could do both. I could still have the same Subaru classic rumble and also be just as efficient. Number four on my list is the styling. Now, that's obviously another very subjective topic for the 2015 and up WRXs. It's the same width as the previous gens, or at least the 2012 and up, 70.7 inches wide. The car doesn't look wide though. The way that the headlights mesh in with the front, the car just looks a lot skinnier or narrow body, even though it's not. From certain angles, the car looks amazing, and in person, I love the way this car looks, but in pictures, compared to a past gen model, it certainly doesn't look as aggressive from the front. Number five, now this one really pisses me off, and I would say this one is something that I actually hate about the car. The windows are not able to be rolled up after the key is out of the ignition. It's so annoying because you'll pull into your garage, turn off the car, get ready to get out, oh, I gotta roll the windows up, and you can't. You gotta put the key back in the ignition, turn it to on, roll up the windows, and then get out of the car. It's just so annoying. That's something that I wish they change in future models, if they haven't already. I'm not sure if they have. Gotta pick up some Wendy's before I tell you about the likes.
Hello, man, it's okay.
Yeah, I'll have a Baconator. Gotta go with the Baconator, guys. Yum. So as far as the likes go, my first like or love about the car is the interior styling and the room that is in here. I know that I don't like the cushion, but the actual interior of the car is much nicer than previous generations. The back seat fits a 6'1" tall person. I fit in the back seat perfectly fine. My legs are, you know, there's tons of room back there. I just really love the way that they have meshed this all together on the interior. Number two on my list of likes is the gas mileage. Gas mileage is insane on this car. I get about 27 miles per gallon on a regular tank if I'm just driving to and from work, a few highway trips here and there, and if I'm taking a trip somewhere. I bought this car in Colorado, drove it home, and got 34 miles per gallon on the way back. The car gets extremely good gas mileage, and that's due to the new engine, more efficient, and it's just a lot better financially as well. Number three on the likes list is the twin scroll turbo paired with the new FA motor. The boost comes on around about 2,500 RPMs, I would say. Almost no turbo lag whatsoever on this thing. It's absolutely insane. It's awesome, it's fun, it puts you back in the seat. On the stock tune it does. You're happy, your friends are happy, you're scaring your mom and your grandma. It's always a good time. Number four on the list of likes is the handling. Now, this car comes with active torque vectoring, which helps it with that body roll and taking nosedives into corners. Like the previous gen, there was a ton of understeer. I've driven previous gens, The chassis on this, I think, is something around 40% stiffer. I don't know the exact stats, but the car feels so much more solid going around corners and just driving in general. Yeah, it's a bit bumpy, but I'll sacrifice the bumpiness and the harsh ride for, you know, a couple highway on-ramps and going around roundabouts and all that. It just makes the car a whole lot more fun, and it's a great experience. Number 5 on the list of likes, 6-speed transmission. Now, obviously that has a partial to do with the gas mileage improvement, but I know the notchiness, some people like it, some people don't. I enjoy the notchiness of this shifter. You put it in gear, it feels like you're in gear. The last one, you didn't know what gear you were in, or if you were even in gear at the time you were shifting. At least that was my experience. It felt a little more loose or rubbery. I don't know. This one, it's very direct. You push it into gear, it's in gear. It feels good. So that's it for my list of likes and dislikes about my 2015 WRX. What do you guys like about your car? What do you hate about your car? How long have you owned it? I want to hear it in the comments. And thanks for watching.